All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Overflow Nexus back again, giving you the latest and greatest updates on the financial markets. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's blessed today. We are going to be looking at what is going on with Bitcoin and other cryptos, and maybe even dabble into the stocks and maybe even some forex pairs. So, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's ready for the weekend. I am. I might watch the fights tomorrow, the UFC fights tomorrow, so maybe that might be on my agenda for tomorrow for my weekend fun. But other than that, say what's up, chat. Tell me where you're watching from. Hope y'all are doing well. And let me know what y'all have planned for the weekend as well, if y'all have any plans for the weekend, because I would definitely like to hear from y'all. But other than that, hope everyone's doing well. I'm currently looking at the Bitcoin chart. I'm curious how long this rally is going to last. It moved up 40% from where I was last looking. Well, from the green zone that I was looking at. So it moved up 40%. And I'm trying to figure out how long this move is going to last, because I do see some resistance, but we know sometimes supportive resistance does not really matter when it comes to day trading or cryptocurrency. So we will see how the market's going to respond, and if we get something, we'll look for a trade setup. But something big is happening behind the scenes, so it's only a matter of catching the move when it happens. What's up, XRPG? How's it going? I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Major shout out to you. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. And it feels kind of weird because it doesn't even feel like it's 8 o'clock right now where I'm at. So I'm just looking at the time like, man, it's really 8 right now? Dang. It really don't feel like it. I really don't. But other than that, hope you're doing well, man. God bless. And, stick around and stay tuned for what we have to, observe on these charts. Hopefully we could find a trade or potential setup for next week, or probably even this week. Or even today. So hopefully we'll see what happens, if anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip over to the Bitcoin chart. I want to explain one thing, well, a few things. Somebody had pointed out to me last stream that there was a N wave, and I did end up seeing it, and it is making its way up, so it's interesting how it's going up now. But let me point y'all out to that. It's on the weekly time frame too, by the way, so let me go ahead and flip over to that. All right, there we go. So let me go ahead and take Ichimoku off so y'all can see it a little bit more clearly. So if y'all notice, these are our target points to the upside. However, I don't know if we'll hit all these targets. I don't even know if we'll hit, 2 out of the 4. But, the way the market has been moving, it looks like it's, showing signs of, moving a lot higher from what it's showing. Let me show y'all the N wave that I was seeing that someone had pointed out right here. Here it is right there. And we have our 1-to-1 right there. So this was the N wave structure that someone had pointed out last time, and I noticed that and I said, okay, maybe we might move to the upside, and I said, let me keep our targets to the upside just in case we do go up, because honestly I didn't think we were gonna push up higher from this point. I really didn't. But if you look at this market here, you will see that there was support. This is why I always say, and I always tell myself this, and I always tell you guys this, always be mindful of these fractal levels. Because even if you do not trade fractals, they're very good for telling you where the support and resistance levels are. As you see here, we have a fractal candle right here, this big purple one. And then you see made a fractal on the bottom and it made a fractal on the top. So looking at that fractal on the bottom and the top, you look what happened. We mark support right there. Market pushed lower past this level, but then it got madly rejected, and you see it end up turning into a dragonfly doji, and then it pushed the market up higher. So sometimes you got to be mindful of these fractals. I did say something about this fractal on the daily time frame, and I'll show y'all when I get to the daily time frame, but I want to show y'all what's happening on the weekly first before I go down further. But you do see that the market is pushing higher from this point. Me personally, I was thinking we were going to push lower. I still kind of do think we're going to push lower, but even if we do get into these higher prices, I still think overall the price is going to, go further to the downside and probably test back into these zones here. And I'll explain my thought process behind that. Usually the higher time frames are stronger when it comes to overall direction. So me putting the cloud on here on the weekly, this is the weekly Kumo resistance. So we have quite a bit of resistance that we're heading into on Bitcoin currently, which is why I'm taking my time with this, because I don't want to rush anything. We got plenty of time, really. At least that's what it feels like. But right here, you see the Kumo resistance, this red line here that I have drawn up. Resistance is smacked resistance, and now we're going to figure out if we're going to push a lot higher or if we're going to stop and halt right here and then push lower. Even if it, right here, we still have another invisible level of support of resistance right here at this fractal level. So we have a lot of resistance ahead of us. So it's kind of hard to call the move right now, honestly. But I will go into why I really think we're going to head down at this particular point. We might go up a little bit higher, but overall I do think we're going to go down. And I'm going to show you why. Moving down to the daily chart. Volume is pretty nice on the weekly though, so that's pretty good. But coming down to the daily, what's got my attention is this bearish divergence here. You see how we have price, moving up higher while the TDI is moving lower. And if we go to the 4-hour time frame, you'll see even volume is still dropping off. It spiked today, of course, but I'm trying to figure out what caused this spike. Maybe I missed some news or something. But as you see, we had this move, price moving higher and then TDI moving lower. So that's showing that there's kind of a contradiction in the market, saying that there is that we could have a potential reversal in the market for either a short time or a long time. Divergence doesn't mean total reversal all the time. Sometimes it might be a short-term reversal. It could reverse down here, back to this level and then shoot up higher. That could be the case. But when it comes to divergence, I trust divergence as a tool for trading. So I usually use it to, find or get a good idea of when the market's going to reverse. And it likes to do so very much so on the weekly time frame when it comes to those key levels of support and resistance. And we are at a key level of resistance currently at the Kumo resistance of the cloud. So depending on how today's candle closed, we had last daily candle just closed like 2 hours ago. So we have 22 hours and 48 minutes for this new daily candle to close. So now looking at that, we're going to see if Bitcoin and the Bitcoin bulls and, everybody could push this market up higher. We're going to see if Bitcoin is really made to fight against inflation and go against what's happening currently with the banks. Is Bitcoin going to be a bank killer? Let me know in the chat. Do you think Bitcoin is going to be a bank killer? Crypto in general. Do you think it's going to be a bank killer? If not, just say so in the chat. Give me your thoughts. I personally think banks are going to stick around, but it's probably not going to be as we think. But that's just my thoughts. But what I wanted to do is I want to hear y'all's thoughts about it. Do you think Bitcoin is going to be a bank killer? Let me know in the chat. All right. Also, currently, seeing this chart as well, there's a few things I do want to observe here. Let me take Ichimoku off as well. So what I was saying, this area down here, this was that fractal, around this fractal level I was telling you guys about on the, I believe it was on the weekly. Let me make sure. Yeah, here it is. Let me make sure I mark this to weekly. All right, so here we go. I got weekly fractal support drawn up. So let me go back to the daily now. So this was that level I was telling y'all about, where we know that it is a potential resistance. I mean, potential support based off that fractal. But you do know that it moved a little bit lower. So if we came down to the daily time frame as we did, we drew this area as a support level too. It was a zone that we had, a fractal zone. But you see it pushed even lower than that. So the market overextended itself. It wasn't oversold, or as people like to say, the terms oversold and overbought. I don't believe in those terms, because you know, you can't really do that in a market like this. What happens is the market will overextend itself, and then it'll push higher or lower depending on what direction the market truly wants to go in. So the market did extend itself past support twice at this weekly fractal support and over at this green zone. And if we go back to the weekly chart, you see that it wicked. This wick came about here, which turned into pushing it up higher. Hey, what's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? I appreciate you being here. God bless you, bro. At the dinner table with your steam up. All right, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it all the time, man. You support it. But look here. This was what was happening at this area. This is Bitcoin chart, by the way. Yeah, I want to start off with Bitcoin because I'm very curious what's gonna happen now. Because I was actually thinking this was gonna go lower. Let me see what happened here. I should have started thinking that the market was gonna go higher at this point too. Let me see. I think the last time we looked at it was over in here on the last stream. But yeah, price moved up higher since that last stream when we were in this area. So I'm very curious now. After seeing this, the volume dropped significantly right here, which is what was leading me to think we were going to go short. And then it dropped even more. But interestingly enough, which I'm still trying to figure out what is actually really happening in here. Because if you notice, y'all can't see it. Let me move my chart over so y'all can see it. Notice how the volume, pay attention to the volume bars on my chart here. Volume spiked, this is obvious. Volume spiked here, but look what happened. We had mad rejection on this, this strong bullish spike here. Then the market just, stayed stagnant. Then the bears volume came in right there. And this was when I was looking at going shorts, I believe. And then if you look at the next bar in the next candle, this volume bar, it wasn't as big as the previous bar, but the candle showed it was, was pretty, sizable. It was a bullish engulfing. And then the next bar, all the bulls just came in and rallied to our Kumo resistance, as you see here. So I'll be honest, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of irked me a little bit because it bumped me out my short positions, which is fine, but whatever. That's the game of trading. But it pushed up higher. Now we're here. Now we're trying to see if we're going to break up higher into our blue zone, which is where I will look to short again. But right now, market is showing signs that it wants to potentially push up higher. And then pay attention to the volume again. This daily candle is still not closed. We still got, like I said, we still got 22 hours and 42 minutes. But notice that the volume pushed a lot lower. So I always tell you guys, well, not always. I every now and again I'll tell you guys this. I'll say that they'll push the market up higher. They buy to sell and they sell to buy. And looking at this volume bar with this candle here, I'm thinking that sellers are going to start eyeing this and see if they could start pushing this lower. Yeah, the effort versus the result. The effort was good and the result of that candle was good. So that's why I said, But the thing that concerns me the most now is we are at a very strong level of resistance, and volume immediately dropped off. As you see here, look at the last two volume bars. Compare these two together. This was yesterday's bar, very strong move. And then this is not today's bar, which is starting. So it's going to be interesting how this daily candle, responds. If it stays like this, then man, most likely we might see sellers take this area, push it back, probably back into the red zone, see if they could, fight to push it lower, or it might come down a little bit and then, start going a little bit higher. We don't know yet. I'm just going based off of the information that I have right now and try to draw scenarios in my head for the real move. But something has got to give here. Either the Bulls are going to win or the Bears. It's just that simple. It's 50-50. It's always 50-50 in trading and also in the market. It's always 50-50. But by observation and seeing what's going on, we try to get a probability and figure out what direction it's most likely to go in. Now, zooming out, like I said before, if y'all were here, some of you guys are just joining, but there is divergence happening currently at this Kumo resistance. We have price moving higher while the TDI is moving lower. So this is why I'm just going to be patient, wait, not going to force nothing, and I'm just going to be watching the 4-hour time frame. So this is going to be interesting for sure. But yeah, I would like y'all to hear y'all's thoughts once again. Do y'all think crypto is going to end the banks in the chat? Do you think crypto is going to end the banks? Let me know, because some people are talking like that's going to happen, but that will cause so much chaos, which is pretty believable. But we'll see what happens. You said waiting and seeing on this one. The bullish move caught me off guard. Not gonna lie, yeah, it caught a lot of people off guard. I didn't see anything that was able to push this market up. I didn't see any news that was worthy of pushing this market up. I didn't understand it, so it's interesting. So I don't know. I think it has to do partially with the Silicon Valley thing, incident. They say that there's some bailouts. I don't want to talk too much, but my mom is working actually with Silicon Valley right now. It's very interesting. So I find it pretty cool that she's a part of what's happening in real time. She does paperwork for what is going on with the money being transferred. So she told me that there's some big money going around. So I'm not gonna say how much, but I'm gonna just say billions. I heard a billion worth of dollars being moved around from what she looked at on papers. So I said, damn, that's intense. You said LOL banks won't end. The banks are gearing up to buy it all up from an infrastructure standpoint. I believe that's the case too. I'm trying to figure out if they're going to want to push the market down first or push it up higher to get more people involved and then short it all. I did watch someone's video recently. He's a day trader. He's been trading maybe 9-10 years. I don't really know, but he's been trading for a pretty good amount of time. He was saying that his perspective on the crypto market is similar to mine, but he has a little different take on it. his take on it, he's saying that the uh, people in the government and banks could end crypto at any time they want to because they have over billions of dollars worth of it. I think it's pretty, it makes pretty much, it makes a lot of sense to me. I always think it's gonna crash, but I don't ever know how it's going to crash, in my opinion. But me personally, I do think this is a trap as well. You said I would think this is a bull trap, get people excited and push the prices up before they dump the markets and buy assets at a major discount. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think they're gonna, get a lot of people involved and get a lot of people liquidated, and probably the worst case scenario is pushing this to zero. That's really the worst case scenario, pushing it to pennies. That would be the biggest jerk move in trading history, honestly. But I don't think they would do that. If anything, the furthest that I would say that they would push it down, it would be probably 11K, 12 to 11K, somewhere down in here. But I don't think they're gonna push it to pennies. If they do, that'd be wild. I would laugh, honestly, if they did that. Not just because it's like, man, you really pulled that move off. That's like chess move, assert your dominance in the game. Like, that's what it would be like. But that's what I'm seeing here. I personally want to pay attention more to this on the 4-hour time frame to get the 1 hour and the 4 hours time frame is what I really want to pay attention to, honestly, around this area. Only because, even on the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing some divergence. I'll show you in a second. Let me draw this up. I just got an alert on XRP. I don't even know what that's for because I didn't have it labeled. I have to check that. It might be going up. I don't know yet. I'll check this alert in a second. I really don't know what it is because I didn't mark it. But look here on Bitcoin. I know it's kind of small. I had to make it a little tiny so y'all could get the bigger picture. But if you look here, notice how the price is going up for Bitcoin. And as prices is going up, the TDI is also making its way down. And also not just the TDI, the volume is also pushing lower as well here. So I'm in my, it's very interesting because the way they're doing things is it's in spurts. It's not it's not consistent. It's in spurts. So if you look at the volume, look how it just spikes out of nowhere. Look how dead the volume is. This is why I was thinking the market was going to go short the other day, because I was saying, oh, there's no volume here. There's nothing to push this market up. And out of nowhere, look at these crazy spikes that happen. You had crazy effort here. Didn't have the major results. You had crazy effort here. Not really crazy results. And then it dropped again. So me personally, I'm looking to short this still because this feels like it's forced. It really feels forced. So that's my take on Bitcoin. I know a lot of people don't like when I say that, but I'll just try to keep it 100 and from my perspective on what I see in the market. I've seen these spikes before. They happen often in other markets, not just crypto, but other markets as well. And then usually it results in something negative happening. You said XRP moving up. Okay, I'll check it in a second. But yeah, other than that, I still think this is coming down. It's just gonna be a matter of time and timing it. There's not much I could really say here. This is how you could play this. All right, this is the cleanest way you could play this move. All right, the cleanest way you could play this move. This is one of the a trading tip I learned. I won't say recently, but I'll say recently. If you say within months to a year, But here's one of the trading tips I would give anybody that's trying to find any trade right now. You see that we're in this, how I drew this zone up right here, this yellow zone. If you want to get into this trade safely to the downside, I mean without any worries, what you could do, let me zoom in for you guys, how you could get into this trade safely. Put a sell order at this level, because if price is going to continue higher, if price is going to continue higher like this, first of all, it's going to make an I wave going up. And not just that, there's no reason for it to come back into this zone. So if you're going to take a trade, put a sell order, sell stop order, something like this right in here. Sell stop order in here. And then you could put your stop loss. Let me see. I need to clone this. Wow, it's not cloning. Hold on a second. There we go. Put a stop loss, you know, slightly above this level. Because if it goes back up, then it's gonna, you know, take off. So this is the safest way you could get into this market. So let me go ahead and mark this. Sell stop order. All right, so that's how I would look at this market. I wouldn't risk trading up here. That's like, sometimes you know, it's actually better, honestly, if you do trade up here because you're closer to resistance. But in this case, we want the market to fall to us. Let the market come to us. Don't risk playing with the market right now. That's how I would see and play this move. Let the market come to you. Don't come to the market. So you would put your sell order here, stop loss, you know, somewhere up here. You could even put it a little tighter if you want to, or right there. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to give you my bias and show you what I think. As for the sell stop order, I will put it, actually I could put it a little bit higher. Probably like right there. Put it at the 26,672 level, and stop loss could be at the 27,086 level. Maybe even put it a little lower, because that's a pretty big stop loss there. There's a pretty big stop. So something like this. This is the 4 hour, by the way. Yes, it's the 4 hour. Yes, it's the 4 hour. I'll look at XRP in a second. I'm almost done with this one. Let's see. This current candle is kind of, you know, it's not really doing much. So I'm not going to really talk about that candle. We still got 2 hours and 29 minutes for this candle. It looks like it wants to close as a indecision. So if that is the case, if it closes as a indecision candle, we'll most likely want to, you know, start looking to short, potentially up here. Maybe even on a 15-minute time frame, we could look for a short, but that'll be playing it super aggressive. All right, and let's say we were to do that. Let's say we did come down here. Like, this is the 15. There's even bearish divergence on the 15-minute time frame here. The only thing is I wouldn't play it just yet. It's still showing that it has a little bit of room to push a little bit higher on the 15. So that's why I wouldn't play it here yet. Okay, so that's what I have for Bitcoin. Just got to keep it simple, nothing crazy. I might just keep this on the... Let me just keep this visible on the smaller time frames. All right. So let's go to XRP. Oh, XRP certainly did move, huh? Let's go to let's start off with the daily chart. So I was saying here that price must break this level last time. It has not broken that level. It shows signs, but it kept bouncing. So now, and this is why the market is going to be interesting now. Let me clone this line real quick. And let me take this off so y'all can see it better. So if you look here, market's ranging for XRP. So we're back at a resistance. Just like how Bitcoin is at a resistance, we are at a resistance with XRP. So now, let me draw one more line right there. Perfect. Oh, if we were to short this, let's see. We should have probably went to a smaller time frame to look at what was happening in here. Let me see. Give me a moment real quick. I'm gonna come down to I'm gonna make these visible on the 4-hour time frame real quick. All right, so here we are. I see volume is dropping off in here, as it's showing down here, is showing right here as well. So there is a battle going on right in here. Let's go further. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let me take this off. We don't need this anymore. See that rejection as soon as we got here? As soon as we got here, some rejection came in. So if we're going to take this, let's say if we were to take a short here, the most ideal place to take this trade was in this zone between these two lines. However, we could still take a short trade when this candle closes in 25 minutes. The reason why we could take a short there is because we're starting to form a shooting star candlestick. That would be entry underneath this candle wick, something like this. Stop loss at this point is you don't want to. I don't want that. You don't want to. If it comes back in here, you don't want to play with it no more. I'll just say that. I'll change this to another color so I don't get confused. Right there. This is the hour time frame. Stop loss at 38,625. Entry would be at 38,128. What's up, Drive with Bishop? How you doing? You said stop is above 50% of the wick. I would say, well, you could say that's 50% if you, depending on how you look at this candle. Let me measure that out real quick. Yeah, you could say 50% of the wick. So yeah, you could say that from the bottom of the candle to about the halfway point. That's why I will put stop loss. The reason why is because when you're trading like this, you don't want, if market comes back into this zone, most likely it's going to be a battle in a range here. And this is what I notice with every market. If the market has momentum, it's just gonna go. So we're expecting here, if the market truly has momentum here in this area, once this candle closes, we're expecting the next candle to immediately start pushing, the next few candles start pushing down and make our way down, something like this. But if that's not the case, if it comes back, it would say this is our entry, right? If the candle comes back into this zone here between these two lines, most likely it's going to dance around and play in here before it decides to go up or down. And you don't want to waste your time with a move like that. Just take the small loss and look for another trade. Because remember, trading is, it's about keeping your losses small and tight. Keep those losses small, keep the wins big. In this case, you would keep the loss pretty small, relatively small here, if it was to go back in this zone. So that's how I look at it. That's how I prefer to engage with the market, because sometimes the market will get you off guard. Let me go ahead and sell stop order. Let me see. I set a sell limit short at 50% of the wick as a great entry because it's easy to set stop above wick, then add with size at your current entry. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect, actually. So you're saying you got in right there, or you set your limit right there at the 50% in the. That's actually genius. That's actually ideally what you want to do. The only way to catch that, like for instance, so like in here, if you were to catch that same type of trade in here, let me show you right in here. Like, so when the market came in here, right, you can start selling sell orders in here because you're still into the zone. As long as you're in that zone, you can put orders in here. And as long as you have a high, which that fractal is showing us we have a high point here, your stop loss could always be slightly above that. That's how I look at trading, zones, because it's easier. It's actually better, in my opinion, to trade inside the zone because you minimize the risk. Let's say if it like came right underneath and then it reversed. Now that's fine too, because you know that this whole thing from here to here is resistance. But the best place to take a trade is inside this zone. Zones are always the best place to take trades. Underneath is fine, but then you risk having a bigger stop versus inside here and then having it above here. So where you're at this is like perfect. What you just said, that's perfect. Having an entry there and then stop loss up there, that's ideally what you want to have anyway. Now if it comes back up, then the market's just, being grimy at that point. But yeah, this is what I would have for this particular move. If it triggers or not, that's hey. So let me actually put an alert here. Let me put a sell stop order. So yeah, there's sell stop order there. All right, so I got that alert set. So when I get alerted, then I could just watch it. All right, so that's XRP. I can't really explain too much with Ichimoku. Ichimoku is showing me that it is bullish, but the volume here, that's what, is throwing me off with the candle movement. I'll go with the volume versus Ichimoku any day. That's just me. Let's go to the next. Ethereum did some jacked up stuff, but we kind of called that anyway. Okay, so if y'all were here on the last stream, this was the area that we looked at. I was hesitant to make a trading call because I said that volume was low, and I was leaning more towards bears. So this bullish move did, kind of throw me off guard. However, this is the thing that I did notice. I did say that the market was ranging in here. This is why I had it drawn up. And I said, as long as it holds above here, bulls will be fine. And you see what the hell they did. They pushed it up. And then if they had broken this zone, this between these two lines here, I would have really, start to look to go short. I still was thinking short because volume was pretty much dead, until they, they had some, guts to start pushing the market back up. So, but it was interesting here. The only way I could have probably caught this, because I didn't stay on for long for this move in particular. The only way I could have caught this move, let me show you. Using Ichimoku anyway. If I was using price action, I probably could have got in. It would have been aggressive, but it would have been an entry. But another way I could have got in a little bit safer with Ichimoku. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, there it is right there. So here's the move. Here's what happened. We had this beautiful golden cross here. Every trader's I don't want to say that, but it's very accurate. Every trader's dream, I'll say that. Every trader's dream. My mind went to somewhere dark. I just like, what's wrong with me just now? But anyway, so we had a golden cross right here, right? Let me put the candles back on so I could explain this. What happened? We had a golden cross. The beautiful thing about this cross was, you see that price, the candles itself was staying relatively above the red line. And I always tell everybody, if you're going to be an Ichimoku trader, pay attention to the red and blue line. You'll always be in the right direction if you're trading those, right? So had I been on the stream for like another 4 hours, and I'm not going to do that, or maybe another 6 hours. I don't know how long it was, but somewhere in here I was looking at it. I think pretty sure it was here. Let me see. Yeah, right in here. This was where I was looking at it, because I believe it was Wednesday. So right in here, market was playing games, being stupid. I'm not going to wait. This would have been like how many hours? That would have been a 17-hour stream. That would have been too long for me. Now, if y'all ever want to see me do a 17-hour stream, y'all better y'all better keep me company. But I don't think I'll ever do that, just for my health. But anyway, looking at this, it stayed above the red line. Still had our crossover here. Gave us a false read here. You had little effort, good result, bad effort. Cool. But then look what happened to the next candle. Decent, good effort on the bar, the volume bar. Decent effort on the candle. So right here is where you would want to enter the trade with the short underneath here. But I did not stay up for 17 hours, so that I missed this automatically. So had I been paying attention to this area more, I could have caught this, or I could have at least told the students about this trade. But I didn't, I didn't see it. So, but other than that, this was a good move. From this point, this would be the only way I know how to get into that trade right here. It would have caught some pretty gnarly profit. Even could have closed the trade right here for a good amount of money. Let's see, where was this? That would have been a good 823 pips, and that would have been a 4.91% move on that. But that was a good move there, so I can't even be mad. I cannot be mad at that. Stop loss for which one? For the one I'm currently showing, like as an example, or you talk about for XRP, so I know for sure which one, so I don't just talk too much. But let me see. Would have had another fairly good entry over here too. Boom, right there. Man, the hard part is catching these moves sometimes. Sometimes you just got to be awake to catch these. What are you Anthony? What are you asking a stop loss for? Are you talking about this current one I'm talking about, like reviewing, or are you talking about XRP or Bitcoin? I just want to make sure. Okay, he's giving you the stop loss. Okay, let me see. Let's go back. Let me go back a little bit. There's no trade here on Ethereum. At least not to that I see anyway. Let me see. We broke this weekly fractals support, or weekly, weekly supply zone. Ooh. We have one more chance for, the bears have one more chance to do damage. I'll get rid of this. Since we already have this marked up, we don't even need it no more. So this is the last chance for bears right here. Pretty big zone. But this is literally the bears' last chance. The reason how I got this, if you look to your left right here, we have a whole zone right in here. This is a supply zone as well. So depending on how the market responds in this area, if they could blast through this zone, then man, the next level that they have to worry about would be up here. Let me take that off. This yellow zone will be the next area they have to worry about, and we'll see if they could get through there. First of all, they gotta get through here, but getting through to here would be interesting. You said the cloud looks like heavy resistance on Ethereum week. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance on all crypto right now. Well, majority of crypto on the weekly time frame. The thing is, this is how crazy this gets sometimes. You could have the thick cloud like this. It could be a heavy, resistance, right? But there's been some instances in the past, like right here was a failed attempt, because you see how thick this cloud was, and it failed, and then it dropped, and it tried again, then it dropped lower back to lows, and then it skyrocketed. So we could have the same thing happen here, and like it comes up and then it drops back down into these red zones down in here, right? Like it drops back down in here, makes a triple bottom, and then it starts taking off. That is possible, but sometimes you never know what crypto is going to do, because there has been some times. Let me see if I can find an example. We go to, maybe it was on Bitcoin the first time, like years ago on Bitcoin's chart. Yeah, like right here. I think this was when Bitcoin had its first super rally that everybody was excited about. So back here, this was in 2015. Yeah, 2015. I think I was where was I at the time? 2015. I think I was just starting my getting into my day trading journey, like getting more serious about it around this time. Cause I started looking at, I wasn't into crypto till later. I was more so into forex trading and some slight stocks, but more into forex. And then I looked at crypto and I said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be the direction the world's gonna push in." So crypto, I followed crypto, but I noticed when I traded Ichimoku since that was like forever. So here we had this same thick cloud that we're forming now, and you see what happened. We had the same, came up, rejected hard, so you would think the market was short, right? But people were very hard on cryptocurrency, and then you see they broke through the cloud and boom, look what happened. But we come to now, right? Even here they had a hard on, boom. But even here, now we're seeing the same thing. But the only difference now is the market is getting a little bit more mature. At least I like to believe that anyway. It's getting a little more mature on Bitcoin. So if we see price breakthrough here, I won't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, just because of past events that happened the same way. So sometimes the cloud is, a decent indication on where to look for trades. That's why I always look at the cloud sometimes, and I'll take it off, and then I'll go to a smaller time frame, see how the volume's looking, see how, if there's any divergence, if there's anything that could resemble a potential reversal. That's why for me, I do think this will reverse on Bitcoin because of we are at a Kumo resistance with divergence. Now, if I go to the other ones back in the past, let me see what those look like. Let me rewind time. Let's go here. Let's see. Let's see what happened here. So if we go to the daily here, there was a little bit of divergence here. Not a lot. And then let's see, there was no divergence on the 4 hour, so this would have been an interesting move here. So if I was playing this at this time back then, if I was just focusing on the 4 hour time frame, I would look for a bounce here because the overall direction is bullish because the crossover, there's no divergence on the 4 hour. The TDI is bullish here. If I was looking at this back in 2019, I would have looked to go long somewhere in here. I would have looked to go long right here to be exact. I would put a entry right here. Stop loss like this. And then I would see my N wave structure right here. And probably look to target something like this. This would have been me if I had seen this back then. And if I had taken that, let's see what would have happened. Would have been a good trade. Yeah, it would have been a really good trade. But yeah, what happened here on the daily, and then if I go back to the daily based off of this, what ended up happening here, there was some bearish divergence here. But the problem is with divergence does not always win. It has a high chance of winning. It increases the probability of the trade reversing. But notice here, when there was divergence, let me draw this up, just the educational purpose, because this is why you can't always rely on certain things in the market. You have to just be patient. Like you have to sit like you're a sniper in this game. So you see how we had that divergence here? I'm thinking short. Me here, if I was just trading just purely the daily, I'm shorting this. I'm not even going to hesitate. Now, I would lose. Don't get me wrong. I would lose here. But Ichimoku would still keep me in the right direction because the crossover is still bullish on the daily. Even though I had, bearish divergence. What ended up happening, how I could have taken a W here, was stay with the direction of the red line here. It would have told you to enter the trade right there. You would have caught the rest of this. You would have taken a loss here, but that loss would have been negated by this big win here. So, like I said, I'll take a small loss. I don't care about losing. I just care about finding the big one, the home run. This was a home run. So, going to back to where we are now, and then also sellers got absorbed here. So, that's what happened. Sellers got absorbed here. So this is the Bitcoin chart. So yeah, sellers got absorbed here. So if we go to where we're currently at now, right? The reason why I'm going back, I just want to see what it's looking like at this time. We go back to the future here. Let's go back to the future. Go to the current market now. I'm looking. Ooh, I don't like this. Because it's not looking like this is looking more like it wants to fall though. This time around. The last time around it didn't look like that, but this time around it does, because also what I'm noticing, if this market is gonna have momentum, the blue line has to be angling up on the daily, and it's flat. And when it's flat, usually the price wants to pull closer to the blue line. So that's why I'm saying this is a tricky one. So I'm leaning towards bears still pushing this down. It might not come all the way down to these levels, but I do see this pushing lower at this point. So I'm gonna have an arrow pointing to the downside from here. That's just my take for now. I just don't know how far or how deep that fall is gonna be. You said no, sir. It was for XRP. I got it, I think. Okay, got you. Got you. You said that volume profile, though, is very bullish on the weekly. Volume profile says range in between 23.9K and 29.6 to 29. Okay, got you. 29.6K is high volume node from April/May of last year. Can you? Is it possible for you to send me your chart so I could pull it up on my screen and give my take on what I'm looking at? Because I used to use the volume profile, but I just don't like too much clutter because I already have too much clutter on my chart anyway with Ichimoku. So yeah, if you don't mind, can you send me your chart maybe on Twitter? I'll post my Twitter page because I have a new Twitter page because my last one got deleted. Well, not deleted, but what's it called? It got banned. All right. So I just put my new Twitter page in there. So if you want to send me your chart, yeah, feel free to, so I can pull it up and analyze what you're saying. Or you could just send it to me through Discord if you're in the Discord group. Either way, whichever is faster for you. I don't mind. You said, oh, you're banned on Twitter too. Dang, that does not help us. That does not help. Why you banned on Twitter? What you say? Well, we're banned buddies. Hey, well, you know what? I gotta give you a shout out for being banned on Twitter.
Another one.
Just like me, buddy. Let's see. You said VPVR from April last year to today. Oh, I got you. Oh, speaking the truth. Well, okay. Can't log into Discord too. I'm a mess. Dang, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. But no, what truth speaking were you talking about? What were you saying? I'm not gonna tell you what I said because I might get shadow banned on YouTube again. So I'm not gonna say what I said, but it has to do with a certain community. I will say that. I will say that. And there was some offense that they had, apparently. It really wasn't all that bad, but whatever. But yes, that's why I got banned. But why did you get banned? What truth were you talking? Let me go to XRP real fast. You know, here's the other thing about XRP that is quite dangerous. This is a dangerous game right now. So right now, if we look here on if we look at XRP, it's already showing rejection up here. So that's why I'm like, I wouldn't get in a trade just yet on XRP unless you're putting a sell order. So yeah, that's the only way I will get in. Sell orders. Sell orders is like your best bet for this market right now. You could also do a super aggressive sell order too. Let me zoom in because you see the zone here. Could push the sell order right underneath this zone too. I did not want that to happen. Don't mind that that alert. That was not supposed to happen, by the way. I just went too close to the ask and bid price and it triggered. But no, what I'm trying to say is if you want to like minimize your stop loss, what you could do to get in very aggressive with a tighter stop is put it up here underneath this zone. This is honestly probably a better move than where I had it. Honestly. Nah, you know what? Actually, it is a lot better. Because you see how tight this stop loss is now? This is why you got to look at zones. So that's where you could put it. But if you want to play it, you know, conservative, you know, down here is where you want to have your stop loss. So this is, like I said, it's gonna be interesting. Market's very interesting right now. It's just waiting and seeing what's gonna happen with this market. You said, let me see. If I can't say it on Twitter, I don't want to poison your YouTube stream. Oh, you could say it. I don't think it matters if you say it in the chat. At least I don't think so. But if you don't feel comfortable saying it in the chat, that's fine. You don't have to. I always want to know why people get banned, because I've been hearing people get banned for silly stuff, and I'm like, oh, your reason's just as bad or silly as mine. But yeah, you're fine. You don't have to tell me. But looking at this market right now, it's nothing here to really be ooh and ahhing about. But if you want to take this order or take a trade here, I will put we could actually move this right here. Let's do that. Let's move it right here. This will be no, stop. This will be the aggressive order here. Yeah, aggressive order there. I like that one better. We will see how this plays out. I like this though. Let's see. And those that are watching on stream, I appreciate y'all being here. Oh, it would have got triggered right there. I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. Y'all don't have to be here, but y'all are here. So I definitely appreciate that. Also, if y'all are watching the UFC fights, I don't know why my nose is tickling right now. If y'all are watching the UFC fights tomorrow, who do y'all have? Do y'all have Kamaru Usman or I forget the other guy's name? Something Leon, the champion. Honestly, I don't know who to pick yet, because I know when there's what we call it, trilogy fights, they get funky for some reason. I want to go with Usman because the way the last fight ended, he was dominant up until that head kick came out of nowhere. I know this is random. I know some of y'all don't watch UFC and some of y'all do, but that head kick came literally out of nowhere. He was up on the scorecards. He pretty much won every single round in the fight. I believe last 3 minutes of the fight, really. Of the last round, he got clipped with the head kick, and the fight was over. I was like, dang, that sucks. Like, that's why fighting is interesting. You can't afford to make a mistake, and you can't call it until it's completely over. That's the crazy thing about fighting. It's just weird. Someone could be better on paper, someone could be better in the ring, but if they start, getting too careless, bow, it's over. Hey, what's up, Stefan? How we doing? You said hi, man. Bless. Can you give a tip on how to use Ichimoku divergence on divergence cloud on Bitcoin? Yeah, I was actually talking about that. I got like 1,000 videos of that too, but the simple way to do it, I won't go into super detail, because if you want details, then hey, you gotta be a student for that. But just to keep it simple, let me show you, because I already have it here. This Bitcoin divergence, this bearish divergence. So the key of using divergence, and I wouldn't even say using it with Ichimoku. I would say just using divergence on its own, because there's a particular way to use Ichimoku or use divergence with Ichimoku, but it takes a lot longer, and when you could be missing out, you'll be missing out on the trade. So let me just explain the divergence. The key first is always identify what divergence is what. All right, we identified this is bearish divergence, right? So once you identified its bearish divergence, the next thing you want to do, you want to identify where it's located. Is it at a support? Is it at a resistance? And you don't want to just have it at a support or resistance. It has to be it has to be somewhat of a major level, somewhere where you think the market has a really good chance of reversing, right? So if I was to extend this line over, right? Let me get the coordinates for this first before I totally butcher it. Let's say if I was to drag this all the way over here, right? Let me put back the coordinates on this one. So if we see where it's at, if you look over here, we could tell that this is a major level. Why? Because this has been tested before over here. It's broke through, bounced off, held as support at one point, came up, broke the support, and now boom. Now this is the first time, dang, now I'm looking at it. This is the first time it's been tested as a resistance, and it's been, how many days since this been? It's been 279 days since it tested as a resistance. The first time since within 279 days. It was a support here, but it broke. Now it's the first time within 279 days that it's testing as a resistance. So that lets you know that this is going to be a very key area that the market needs to make its move. So it's either going to do this or this. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So let me go back to explain the divergence too. So identify the divergence, that's one. Then you want to identify, is it at a major level, two. Once you identify the level that it's at, you will go to your smaller time frame and start to look to take the trade at the smaller time frame, depending on what time frame. Or you could take the trade at the same time frame if you want to. Put an entry right when you get to that level and a stop loss right above that level, and then you're good. This is the vague way to explain it, but this vague way is still effective because that's kind of how I trade it. I don't use Ichimoku to trade divergence, but there is a particular way to trade it, Ichimoku with divergence, and that you're gonna lose more profit than you're gonna gain. But you run the probability of winning will be 10 times higher. I promise you that. That I could really promise you that it'll bump up the accuracy or the probability of winning. But here, this is really what's gonna happen. If you zoom out, this is the first time we tested as resistance, and boom, look what's happening here. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. This is why I always get, I like trading this. Particularly, I like trading divergence. The only thing I don't like about divergence is if you lose, you feel salty. Because it could really play in our favor here. It really could. This could really play into our favor here. The reason why I say it could really play into our favor here is because we're at a good level, and if this test and it stays as a resistance, most likely this market's going to fall for quite some time. But we don't know yet until it happens. I just realized zooming out now that we have a Y wave. I haven't seen a Y wave in forever. They rarely happen, but that's fine. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So right now we're going to see what happens here. Either the buyers get absorbed right here, and we start seeing, what really would happen, sellers would get absorbed here and the buyers will push the market up higher, or we see the buyers, completely take over and push this market up. So someone's going to get jacked up here. Sellers get absorbed or buyers push the market higher. That's the only two options here. We got divergence, that's bearish. It's either going to come down and test this red zone again, or buyers are going to say, screw that, absorb the sellers, push the market higher. This is going to happen either over the weekend, be paying attention over the weekend, or Monday or something between Sunday and Monday, we'll start to see the market do its thing. because we could also range in here too because of the Kijinsen is flat. So be paying attention to this this chart on Bitcoin daily chart to see how it's going to do. I personally think we'll range a little bit, then we'll drop, but let's see. Let's see. You said already in profit on XRP entry. Awesome. See, that's what I like to hear. Let me go to XRP. Let me see. Ooh, you in good profit then. Based off the entry. If you took the aggressive entry anyway, yeah, you're pretty solid. Nice. That's what I like to hear. Let me go back. Now the Dow Jones. So Dow Jones hit our 1-to-1 target. If y'all remember, I said this. Hold on, this was the weekly. Well, actually, I've been in this since the monthly time frame. Hold on. Ooh, no, they didn't. Hold on. Did it delete all my stuff on here? Oh no, it did. I think it deleted everything. Oh, that sucks. Wow, that sucks. Well, anyway, I wanted to say, because I got in somewhere in here, but I can't prove that. I look like a liar now. but I had a chart marked up. If you go back to the live streams, you would know that I called this drop from up here. And I said if we break here, this is our last weekly support level with the KS, the Kijinsen. If we break here, this is going to be one of those rare Ichimoku moves. I don't talk about this move often, but in Ichimoku, there's a trading technique called walking or rolling the dragon. So I'll probably make a video on it if y'all would like that, and I'll tell y'all what it is and how it works. But the rolling the dragon or walking the dragon technique in Ichimoku trading it's this formation here. If this breaks, oh man, it's coming down to here. It's coming to these levels, somewhere down in here, maybe even here. But we have quite a bit of levels to look at if that's the case. Let me actually mark that up right now. So yeah, we got quite a few levels if this does not hold next week. That's what I'm really waiting for, because this is going to be, how many points will that be? How many points of a drop would that be? Let's say we drop from here, right? So here that would be 2,167 points. And that's a lot of points when it comes to the Dow Jones. If you're trading forex on a forex broker, or you're trading in pips, that'll be 21,672 pips. That's a lot of money. And if it falls even further down in here, that'll be 3,205 points in stock terms. But if you're trading in pips, that's 32,520. 32,052 pips, which is huge. So either way, if this move happens next week, man, y'all better be braced for this crazy drop that's gonna happen, because Dow Jones is gonna bring. I think Dow Jones is gonna bring crypto down with it too. And these are my targets for the Dow Jones in here. I only hit 2 out of 4 from here, and then up here as well. So yeah, I'm looking at this move happening for next week, prominently on the 4-hour time frame too. There is some bullish divergence here, but it looks like they might get absorbed, but we don't know until Monday, Sunday night or Monday morning. but we'll see. I'm very curious how this market's gonna play out next week. This could be a dream world come true for people, or it's gonna be a nightmare on Elm Street next week. So what y'all think is gonna be happening next week? Do you think it's gonna be nightmare on Elm Street, or do you think people are finally gonna get what they want in the crypto market? Let me know in the chat. I would love to hear y'all's thoughts, because this is going to be a very interesting market that's about to unfold very soon. Very, very soon. All right, you guys. I think I pretty much covered everything tonight. I did, kept it short and sweet. Nothing too crazy. If y'all have any questions, or y'all want to personally message me, join the Discord. Let me go ahead. Let's see. Let me drop the Discord in the chat real quick. It'll pop up for y'all in a second. There it is, right there. But yes, go ahead if you want to message me and talk to me personally, or join the Cloud Life family. Definitely join the Discord. Reach out to me. Make sure you verify yourself when you join the Discord, because I know a lot of people have been joining and have not been verifying themselves. I noticed that. Also, if you are a member of the channel, make sure you connect to the Discord so you can get access to some special areas in the Discord. There's some videos that I have unlisted on YouTube that's has a lot of trading content as well, so you get access to that, the hidden content. But other than that, I appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. If y'all, like I said, once again, if you want to reach out, join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter, on my other socials, but I'm mainly on Twitter, Discord, and on YouTube and Twitch, as y'all can see. Twitch and YouTube at the top. But anyway, hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all have a great night. I'm about to get out of here. I'm going to go eat. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty because my voice is starting to get scratchy too. I could feel it. But other than that, I will see y'all on Monday, or maybe even Sunday. I don't know yet. We'll see. Monday or Sunday, I'll see y'all. Maybe Sunday I'll give y'all a quick update on the market, or maybe I'll wait till Monday. If the market's really doing something on Sunday, then I'll come in on Sunday. But if not, I'll see y'all Monday. And till then, y'all be blessed in Jesus' name. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy your family time. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy whatever you do. Be safe. And just have a great time. All right. Love y'all. Be blessed in Jesus' name, and peace.